Hi, Pastor. Thank you for joining me this day. It is 37 days until Resurrection Sunday. I can hardly wait to hear what God has done in and through you and your congregation after Resurrection Sunday has occurred. You know, last week I brought to your attention 4 questions that I thought would be important to ask as you're preparing for this special day. The first question was, what are you going to be preaching on that particular day? The second question was, what kind of activities can we associate with our normal, regular Easter celebration on Sunday morning that will complement Resurrection Sunday celebrations? Then the third question was, what do we need to do to improve our facility before new people or first-time guests would visit? And then lastly, how are we going to make our community aware of this special day within our church? Now, with 37 days left, I want us today to consider, what are we going to do in order to assimilate, integrate, or fuse people into the life of our congregation? You see, first-time guests need to become second-time guests, and second-time guests need to become full participants in ministry in the local church that you lead. So how are we going to do that? We must develop an intentional strategy that will assimilate and equip people to serve, and it broadens our base of leadership that will increase our capacity for ministry. So, what are some intentional strategies you will employ in order to move the first-time guest to a fully participating part of the body of Christ that you are serving? Now, when I was doing some work on my master's degree, I took a class entitled Assimilation and Integration. I was introduced to 3 books, one in particular written by Mark Waltz entitled First Impressions. Wonderful book that I would encourage you to take a look at and consider first-time guests, what they think when they enter the doors of your church. A second book is written by Nelson Searcy entitled Fusion, a wonderful book that helps us see some systems and some structures that would be beneficial as we are developing our strategy of assimilation. Then the third book by Larry Osborne entitled Sticky Church. Larry is quite a pastor in Southern California, and he has about 12,000 people, and 80% of those people are involved in small groups. And that's the way that he assimilates people into the life of his faith community. So each of these books have value, and I would encourage you to consider them. Also, I've included in this coming mailing that will go out today 3 different documents. One document is an overall evaluation of an assimilation process I did with a church in Kentucky. The second one is a document that spells out a limited system by which a church could begin an assimilation process within their church. It's only about 8 pages, so you might have to add some things to it, things that fit your congregation. Then lastly, there's a 1-sheet document about a 9-step process that a local church in Kentucky uses that's brief, that lacks detail, but it can begin to plant some seeds that would cause you to develop your own strategy. So bless you. Look for that information in the mailing and check out these 3 books in order for you to be challenged. Remember, leaders must be readers. Blessings on you, Pastor. Have a wonderful day.